Hi, welcome to Chatting with Chad. I'll be your host, Chad. People are coming unhinged. I don't know if this is happening in the area that you're at from the experiences I'm encountering where I live. It seems to be everywhere I go, and honestly, I try to avoid going a whole lot of places between work and home because it's getting to where it seems like the only place I can find some stability. I don't know if it happened during COVID, people walking around with these masks glued to their face and burn out what few brain cells they had left because somebody told them to stand 6 foot apart and put this on for your safety and everything would be all right. Worked out good, didn't it? I don't know. There's just, when I talk to people and encounter them, there's just something that has changed ever since 2020. And it's progressively gotten worse. It doesn't look like there's anything behind their eyes. That spark, that glow, that's what makes us unique individuals. It's been traded in for, I don't know, just decayed look behind the eyes. There's nothing there, just like they sold their souls. And now they're just walking around until they can't no more. Common sense has escaped them. People come in my office and it's like it's a solid 100 degrees out of the heat index today in Tennessee, I'd say. And people just walk up there and I don't know. I was just always raised whenever you, if especially like whenever I was a kid, I go over to my grandma's house. I run up to the door. If you stood there with that door open long enough, you was gonna hear about it. Hey, close that door. I got the air going. People just walk up here today and now and they'll just open my office door, and I try to give them some grace. Um, I work with my dad. It's a small office, and I'm in the back, so Dad catches everybody that comes in up front, which is nice because he can figure out what's gonna transpire before I have to deal with it. But they walk in and they just stand there with the door open, and I'm counting and I'm cringing as I'm counting, and it bothers me because I'm like, man, it's hot up in here. Now we got to try and cool this place back down. We got a small window unit, but it's a big pet peeve for my dad. It's kind of funny at the end of the day looking back on it. He's kind of like that dad off of Wolf of Wall Street, where he answers with a nice tone, and then after it's over, he keeps it together until he can't keep it together no more. And then after it, sometimes some of y'all don't make it out before he's cut loose on some of y'all, but he does his best to keep it together, and then it's just he blows up, and I catch some shrapnel after the fact. But he is right to be frustrated because people are frustrating. And then, like I said, he's up front. Sometimes they come back there to me if the office is full, but I can hear him when he asks them, "So, what can we do for you today?" Or "What do you need?" And then they just stop and stare at him and go, "I don't know what I need." That's like the best or worst thing you can say to him, because if you don't know what you need, how the hell am I going to help you? So it's just day to day things like that. Um, I go into my local. I stopped in my local grocery store the other night on my way home. My daughter wanted something, so I go in. I just got to get like one or two things, and I go and grab them, and I'm heading for the checkout line, and I'm standing there. I put my stuff down, just waiting. There's nobody in front of me, but I put my stuff down, and the lady is not making eye contact with me. She's too busy staring at her phone, typing away, and on the verge of either cussing or crying. She started to go the crying. I would have almost preferred her to start cussing. I may have been able to deal with that better. But then she goes to check out. She finally quits texting whoever it is that's got her so damn wound up that she starts to proceed to check me out. And this maybe this was my fault. It's just a habit. I try to talk and make eye contact with people. This was on me. This one's on me because I said, well, "Hey, how are you doing?" And she just starts bawling. "Not good." I said, "Well, shit." I was like, I got myself into this mess, and I'm just thinking, Where's everybody else at? Can somebody not take this lady out and put somebody in who can play ball or just get my stuff checked out? She was just having a come apart there, and it's like people can't control their emotions anymore. Whatever had gotten her so upset, I mean, it's human nature. You're going to get upset in places you don't want to be upset, and sometimes you lose your composure. But if you can try and keep yourself together, because, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was just such an aggravating moment. It's just like I said, God knows what it had. I don't know, but if it was that bad, she should have been like, hey, because there was other people in the office. Somebody could have came and relieved her. She should have went and dealt with that. I'm just, whenever I'm at work, I want to be at work. I want to be about business, and she wasn't able to keep it together. I mean, I feel bad for her, but it's just people cannot seem to keep their stuff together, and that's what brought me around to thinking. As soon as I got back out of the car, I was telling my wife about it, and I said, I can't believe I'm saying this. And this is where we're headed to. I said, I would rather have had a self-checkout than had to have dealt with her. That's how bad it is, and that's where they want you, I think. We're going to be replaced with, I don't know, artificial intelligence, robots. They don't have emotions. They don't need a smoke break. They don't break down in front of you and unable to perform their duties. No, they just keep on chugling down the road. But that was my first thought. I said, I see why there's self-checkouts and stuff, because people ain't no damn good no more. They can't keep it together and just do a simple job. And then it makes me feel cold, like towards other people. I'm like, well, if shit, why am I going to say, hey, how are you doing, if I'm just going to keep running into that? So that's the reason people are just, hey, you know what? I don't want to do with you. No eye contact. Just give me what I got to get and get gone. I heard about another altercation, and this is a very small town, mind you. 2 traffic lights. Very small. Overpopulated, but still small. Nothing here. Why y'all keep coming here? That's what I don't know. Why does everybody keep coming here? There's nothing here. And don't get on here and leaving them comments, well, that's because there's nothing. Y'all are bringing this shit with you. All them problems y'all tried, you didn't want to face your own problems. And of course, you've got these other people on here. Get out of the city, folks. Man, why don't y'all stay and try and deal with your own problems? Hell, I got problems right here before y'all ever showed up, but I'm going to deal with them. I digress. But there was another altercation this evening. A woman went to pick up her child from her sporting practice, and she's sitting there waiting in line, waiting for her kid to come out, mind her own business, just waiting. This other woman proceeds to back up, and she's not paying attention. The lady's sitting there, and you could see on her face she was starting to get concerned about getting hit. And eventually, the woman who was about to get hit, like rolled her window, or she didn't roll her window down. She started like clapping and honking her horn to try and get the girl's attention. Like, hey, you're fixing to hit me. Oh, okay. So that turned into the girl, or the woman who was waiting on her daughter to come out, rolls her window down and cusses at her and says, do you have a problem? The woman who almost got hit, I'm sure she was thinking, yeah, I got a problem, but actually she handled it with some grace. She goes, no, ma'am, I do not, but I will have a problem, or excuse me, she said, you'll have a problem if you hit my child who's trying to come out or back into me. I thought she handled it really well, considering everything that was going on. Well, the woman who was fixing to back over cusses some more, and then almost hits a couple other people by storming out. What's happening? This is what I'm saying. This is a small town, and this is everywhere. I really don't believe there's I really don't believe there's such thing as a small town anymore. I believe there's towns, but they're overpopulated, and now people are starting to feel the overpopulation pains. They're disgruntled from work, the inflation of the grocery store, or just the devaluation of your dollar. You're unable to buy the goods you weren't once was able to. You get hit with the gas bill, your electric bill. People are disgruntled. And now, since everybody wanted to leave the cities and come out here to the good old country life, now you're disgruntled because now you're on top of one another. You came to the small town, there's no damn room to breathe, and people was already unhinged to begin with. So now y'all want to come in here to a smaller town, 2 traffic lights. It just blows my mind. And it makes me worry. I wouldn't say I worry. Let me correct that, because I put it all in the Most High's hands. He tells me not to worry. He's going to feed the birds in the air. He clothes the lilies of the field. If he's going to do that for them, I ain't got nothing to worry about. It just concerns me because you don't know what you're going to run into from day to day. Like, hey, I used to be able to count on, well, this is what today is, but now when you run into people, you don't know anymore. It's gotten to the point now where I sit in my office and, like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing when they come in. I get excited. That's how I'm able to keep the lights on and stuff. I'm very grateful for that. But you do get a sense of anxiety before they come in because you don't know what they're bringing to the table. Like, hell, has this guy got into it with his old lady? Is she cheating on him before he came in or something? Now he's had a bad day and he's looking to take it out on somebody like me. So you really don't know what you're going to be running into. So you honestly just got to stop and pray for people. The Most High is on his way back, but until he gets here, you better buckle up. It's going to be a crazy ride. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked what I had to say, or you feel differently, or if it's happening in your area, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd like to get some interaction going on because, like I said, I'm here in a small town. I don't get out very much. I'd love to know what's going on out in the rest of the world. Maybe it's different somewhere else. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. God bless.